ground ball up the left side. Pass, roll in. One will score. It's in the gap. It gets by the outfielders. Jordheim goes back. Two will score. Here's a throw down to third. Not in time as Welsh.
Ivy throws it back in. We'll see if the relay comes home. It does not. It's an RBI single.
Called strike three.
Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Thursday afternoon. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show. For all of your insurance requests, go to Irie Insurance online at IrieINS.com. That again is IrieINS.com, providing you our pregame show here throughout the Region 1 baseball tournament on yourliveevent.com. One game in here today in Enderlin. The Oaks Tornadoes and the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers. Oak Grove advances with a 3-2 win against Kindred-Richland, who's the number 1 overall seed at 13-1 on the year. The winner today advances to the semifinals on Saturday morning. The loser of this upcoming game between the Vikings and the Grovers, they will play at 3 o'clock on Saturday in an elimination game. Fargo Oak Grove, thanks in part to Jonathan Ashe's 3 runs driven in, went on to win. Grayson Doctor 5 1/3 innings of work with 6 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 4 hits. 4 hits against, but no runs was the big thing in that one. In relief, Hatfield went 1 2/3 with 2 runs against, 2 strikeouts, and a walk. So that's how we got to this point. A little bit later on in the day at around 4 o'clock, or probably looking closer to about 4:30, Central Cass Enderlin, and then the winner of that game will play Northern Cass in our nightcap a little bit later on as well to finish off day number 1 of 2 here in Enderlin for the 2023 Region 1 baseball tournament. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, take a look at the starting lineups and get you set for this contest between the Grovers and the Kindred-Richland Vikings. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show. I'm Chase Miller alongside Reggie Funk here in Enderlin on yourliveevent.com.
Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com. Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsborough, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Watch the 2023 North Dakota Shrine Bowl in conjunction with Three Borders Sports Network in your live event on Saturday, June 24th in Mayville.
Deutsch, you look to the left, and a nice little screen over on the near side. Getting away is Nelson down inside the 20, and he might score. He does. Down inside the end zone. And it's a 37-yard touchdown.
The 11-man game kicks off at 4 with the 9-man game to follow at 7. It's the Shrine Bowl with Three Borders Sports Network and yourliveevent.com. Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
As we continue here on our Irie Insurance pregame show here today from Enderlin, it's the Kindred-Richland Vikings, the number 1 overall seed, going up against the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers, the number 5 overall seed here in this Region 1 baseball tournament, again here on yourliveevent.com. Taking a look at the starting lineups here for game number 2. First, we'll start with the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers. They'll go like this. Cameron Liebel, the senior first baseman, batting leadoff, coming in after going 1 of 4 from the game against the Oaks Tornadoes with a run scored. Grayson Doctor, the sophomore shortstop. Doctor picked up the win, going 5 1/3 innings of work against the Oaks Tornadoes. Also at the plate, went 1 of 4 with a single and a run scored. Mason Hermstead, the senior catcher against Oaks, was able to go 1 of 3, reaching base twice. Trey Hatfield, the senior pitcher, came on in relief, got the last 2 strikeouts of the game back-to-back with that runner at second base in Trainer. He'll be the starting pitcher here in game number 2 for the Grovers. Jonathan Ashe, the senior center fielder, he was our Enbridge Energy player of the game against the Tornadoes. Jake Ring, the junior second baseman, 0 for 3 against the Tornadoes, will be batting 6th. Zach Winter, 0 for 3, will be batting 7th and play first base. Jack Dietz, the sophomore left fielder, did not hit against Oaks in the last game. And then Noah Meininger, the freshman right fielder, went 1 of 2 with a run scored against the Tornadoes. So Liebel, Dr. Hermstead. You also have Hatfield, Ashe, Ring, Winter, Dietz, and Meininger here for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers, now with a mark of 6 wins and 8 losses on this season. They go up against the Kindred-Richland Vikings here. For Kindred-Richland, Mason Almaris, the senior center fielder, will be batting leadoff. Jack Wold, the junior pitcher, on the mound here today, going up against Hatfield. Jeremiah Doctor, the senior catcher, behind the plate for Coach Scott Milbrandt and the Vikings. Max Opgran, the senior first baseman, batting cleanup. Jorgen Swenson, the senior shortstop, batting 5th. Grant Spellhaug, the junior third baseman, batting 6th. Bryce Whipple, the junior designated hitter, will be batting 7th. Kylan Swenson, Jorgen's younger brother, in left field, the sophomore, batting 8th. Owen Hoyme, the junior right fielder, batting 9th. And Andrew Trom will be playing second base here today for Richland. So again, for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, it's Almaris, Wold, Doctor, Opgran, Jorgen Swenson, Spellhaug, Whipple, Kylan Swenson, Hoyme in the lineup, and then Trom will be playing second base here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings as they're getting their final pregame work in today here in Enderlin between the Vikings and the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, take a look at what's to come here at the Region 1 baseball tournament, also some of the other tournaments around, particularly on the eastern side of the state for baseball and softball. That's all still to come on our Irie Insurance pregame show here on yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
One size does not fit all. As a small business employer, you have many great benefit options. Hello, Angela here with the Irie Insurance Benefits Connect team. We know shopping for employee insurance benefits can be a confusing and intimidating task for employers. Not to mention one more thing on your plate. Let Irie Insurance Benefits Connect guide you through the process. We take a unique approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more, go to IrieInsurance.com.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with 10 locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but they can also help with auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help you with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
As we come back to our Irie Insurance pregame show, let's preview what's still to come. Some other games. Again, you can go to yourliveevent.com. That's yourliveevent.com. Saturday is a busy day, to say the least, on Your Live Event between the Region 1 and Region 2 baseball and softball tournaments. Take a look at the Region 1 softball tournament starting at 10 o'clock in the morning. It'll be the co-op of Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinta, Rossolt, and Lidgerwood going up against Enderlin at 10 a.m. on a Saturday morning. Jake Berkmeyer and Kevin Kochman will have the call for you down in Kindred. And then at noon, it's Kindred-Richland going up against the play-in game winner of today with Northern Cass and Maple River on the softball side. The number 1 overall seed, Central Cass, will play the winner of the Pirates and the Eagles, while the number 2 overall seed is Hillsborough Central Valley. They will play Kindred-Richland winner against the Northern Cass Maple River winner. So that's what's coming up on the Region 1 softball tournament Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday in Kindred. We go from there to the Region 2 baseball tournament. That gets underway coming up on Saturday as well on yourliveevent.com. Joe Lancello and Dawson Peterson will have the call for you on this one. It starts at 10:30 in the morning with Hillsborough Central Valley against Maple River, followed by the winner of that game will go up against Hatton North. The winner of that game will go up against Mayport CG. Hatton Northwood and Larimore, the winner of that contest, will go up against the number 1 overall seed in the Thompson Tommies. So that's, again, a look at the Region 2 baseball tournament. And then the Region 2 softball tournament will have the quarterfinals. The number 1 overall seed is Thompson. The 2 is Mayport CG, and the 3 is Grafton. That gets underway on Saturday morning in Thompson, also on yourliveevent.com. So if you're a fan of spring sports, keep it locked into yourliveevent.com. We got you covered up and down the Red River Valley. It's the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers and the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Calling balls and strikes here behind the plate will be Brent Engelbretson. Up the first baseline will be Gareth Hansen, and up the third baseline will be Tom Pirius here again on yourliveevent.com. As they reintroduce the starting lineups for both of these teams. It's the first time Kindred-Richland has played in this tournament. For the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers, the number 5 overall seed able to defeat, again, the Oaks Tornadoes. As we take a look at what happened last year for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they were the number 3 seed, defeated the co-op of Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinta, Rossolt, Lidgerwood 22-4 in 5 innings in Kindred. And then they beat the Northern Cass Jaguars 5-1 in the next round here in Enderlin after a game got postponed due to Mother Nature in Kindred, where they had to finish the game in Enderlin after starting it in Kindred. The Vikings would lose to Central Cass in the semis 10-5 and then fall to Northern Cass in a loser outgame, part of that championship series 3-1 in Castleton. So that was a look at last year and the Kindred-Richland Vikings. As the wind is starting to make its way and pick up a little bit here in Enderlin throughout the afternoon, as the Kindred-Richland Vikings are getting introduced here at Hendrickson Field in Enderlin, North Dakota. Taking a look at our weather forecast, still mostly overcast sky as it's been throughout the majority of the day. Wind gusts are starting to pick up a little bit. Currently 59 degrees right now here in Enderlin with overcast skies. The air quality, well, it's a little bit worse than yesterday with those Canadian wildfires coming in, but right now we're playable compared to what we saw early in the week out west, where some games did get canceled or postponed because of that air quality across the way. So again, the starting lineups here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings and the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show. For more information, go online to irieins.com. That again is irieins.com. What the Kindred-Richland Vikings are trying to do in this tournament is make it to state for the first time since 2017, but standing in front of them is a Fargo Oak Grove team who won 3-2 over the Oaks Tornadoes. We're back after this with the opening pitch here. This is the Region 1 baseball tournament on your live event.
Emery Vistos Implement has been family-owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts, from edible bean equipment to air compressors and pressure washers. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their Ariat clothing selection at Emery Vistos Implement. Anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or go online to vistoimplement.com. That's vistoimplement.com.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
As we go to the top of the first inning, make sure any of the sponsors that you see throughout today on screen or those on our commercial variety, make sure you say thank you and very much appreciate and patronize those sponsors. Without them, we would not be here bringing you the Regional 1 Baseball Tournament here on yourliveevent.com. I'm Chase Miller alongside Reggie Funk as we have our two cameras set up here today in Enderlin with the center field cam and also our camera that is right up the first base dugout here in Enderlin as well. So we get you a little bit of a bird's eye view and taking a look at this Region 1 baseball tournament. For Fargo, Oak Grove, Liebel, Doctor, and Hermstead, followed by Hatfield, Ashe, Ring, Winter, Dietz, and Meininger, as we'll get this game underway here close to the bottom of the 2 o'clock hour. After the first game went an hour and 48, running a little bit behind schedule, but that's what you expect once you get to postseason baseball. Opening pitch here at 2:27, and that one's going to be called a strike as we get underway for game number 2 of the 2023 Region 1 Baseball Tournament here today in Enderlin, North Dakota from Hendrickson Field. Here's the 0-1 offering. This one, look out, and that's right into the Fargo Oak Grove dugout here as everybody looks to be all right. That was a screamer. That was right over the dugout. Here's the 0-2 offering upcoming from Jack Weld. We'll get to the infield and outfield for the Vikings after this pitch. 0-2 swung on and missed, and that's going to be strikeout number 1 for Wold. So 3 pitches and 1 down. Spellhaug is at third base with Jorgen Swenson at short. You have Traum again at second base here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Upgrand at first, and behind the plate is Doctor. Here's the first pitch on the way to Grayson Doctor. This one in there for a strike at 0-1. You have Kylan Swenson in left, Almaris in center, and Hoyme in right field today for the Vikings. Kindred-Richland, 15th game of the season. The 0-1 offering, breaking ball, will miss out of the zone at 1-1. For Fargo Oak Grove, this is also now game number 15 of the year here for the Grovers. 1 ball, 1 strike on the way here with Wold. Breaking ball in there for a strike now at 1-2. As we see the grandstands making their way as well with a nice crowd here at Hendrickson Field. Here's the 1-2 offering upcoming from Wold. This one going to be hit on the ground. That's to the first baseman. Upgrand goes backhanded, flips it across, and he is going to be safe. A bang-bang play, and it's going to be an infield single here for Grayson Doctor. First hit of the game for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers as Doctor put the ball in play, and that was kind of how they scored against Oaks. It wasn't, doubles and singles and hard hits everywhere against Fletcher Wilprecht. It was hits like that, the infielders just said there wasn't much you can do with it, or it was a close play at first. So Doctor will take his way to first base here, and that'll be in there for a strike at 0-1 to Mason Hermstead. So Hermstead, the senior catcher, comes up here for the Grovers. Fargo Oak Grove and Kindred-Richland. Winner advances to the semifinals coming up on Saturday morning. The 0-1. That'll miss for a ball now at 1 ball and 1 strike. The loser of this contest will then go and play at 3 o'clock in a loser out game, elimination game on Saturday afternoon at 3. Here's the 1-1 offering. This will be out of the zone at 2 balls and 1 strike. So after a strikeout to Liebel, Grayson Doctor with an infield single will allow the Grovers to try to get something brewing here in the top of the first inning. The pitch, that'll miss out of the zone at 3-1. Saturday, it's the semifinal game at 11, then the elimination games following that. 3 consecutive games that will eliminate a team and end their season here in Enderlin on Saturday. This one is scolded to straightaway center field. The center fielder, Almaris, able to cut that one off before it goes into right center, and now you have runners at first and second base. Hermstead follows up a single with a single, and Trey Hatfield will come up to the plate, as you'll have a courtesy runner here for Fargo Oak Grove. And it looks like for this will be Nestler, and it is. So Nestler will come on and run for Hermstead at first base, as Trey Hatfield will come on and step up to the plate here for the Grovers. As you have Upgren playing in on the grass at first base here for Kindred-Richland, playing even with the bag at third is Spellhaug. The pitch in there for a strike, now 0-1 to Trey Hatfield. Hatfield against the Oaks Tornadoes, 0 for 3 with a double. 1 of 3 with a double in that contest. The pitch, runners going, and this will able to get in the dirt, and, well, you'll have 1 runner moving up. So Doctor will take third base. Hermstead will stay put at, Nestler will stay put at first. So it'll be 1 ball and 1 strike now here to Hatfield. So for Nestler, just kind of either one missed the sign or second just didn't see Doctor making his way to third base. So the double play is still involved here for the Vikings. The middle infielders will play for 2, while the corner infielders will try to cut the run off at home. Here's the 1-1 on the way to Hatfield. Swung on and missed. Fastball now at 1-2. Ashy due up next for the Grovers. Fargo Oak Grove trying to draw first blood here against Kindred-Richland in this Region 1 baseball contest as Nestler takes his lead off of first base. Wood looks back. The runner goes from first. Here's the throw down to second, and that's going to get for a second cut off there by Tromba, backed off nicely by Swenson. So runners will now be in scoring position here at second and third. Nestler again at second base. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out as the infield comes in now for Hatfield. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Jack Wold. This is going to be hit, and that's a C&I single. 1 run coming in. They're going to wave the runner from third. That's going to be Nestler, and he then takes a big turn back, and he stays put there. So coming in to score is going to be Doctor. Hatfield with an RBI single. Nestler scampers to third base, and then rounded third and put the brakes on, and it's 1-0 in favor of Fargo Oak Grove. So Hatfield with the RBI single here, and the Grovers have opened up the game here in the top of the first inning with at least 1 run across. And now you'll have Jonathan Ashe, the senior center fielder, with runners at the corners. And this will miss for a ball at 1-0. Always an intriguing kind of a game when you just got done playing, as we'll have a time here with Ashe. Let's talk it over with Coach Justin Petrick up the third baseline. Scott Milbrandt, the head coach here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. But always an intriguing game when you're the team that warms up, waits to play a game, and then you had a squad in Fargo Oak Grove play a nail-biter through 7, defeating Oaks 3-2. And the Grovers right now coming out swinging here in this one. This one will be in there for a strike at 1-1 to batter number 5 here in Jonathan Ashe. Ashe with all 3 runs driven in against Oaks, and the Grovers draw first blood again on our Bank North scoreboard as Hatfield takes his lead off of first. And the pitch, breaking ball. That's going to miss for a ball at 2-1. So after a 3-pitch strikeout to Liebel, a single with Doctor, a single with Hermstead, and a single with Hatfield here for the Grovers. This is foul back. Now it'll be 2-2. Earlier this season, these 2 teams played one another. Back on April the 27th, Kindred-Richland won 20-6 against the Grovers in that contest. But right now the Vikings will be playing from behind in this one. Now it's just a matter of how much. Breaking ball, strike 3 looking, and Ashe is retired. So strikeout number 2 for Wold, strike 3 looking, and Ring will step up to the plate. Ashe went out of the batter's box there to think that that one was going to be a ball and make the count full. Instead, it's now 2 down here as Ring will step in for the junior second baseman. Runners at the corners. At third base is Nestler. At first base is Hatfield. We'll see if Hatfield maybe tries to run down his second. He'll stay put. Here's the pitch in there for a strike. Now 0-1 to Ring. The Grovers against the Oaks Tornadoes scored their runs in the 4th and the 5th innings, with 1 in the 4th and 2 in the 5th. Here's the quick look back at first, and they'll stay put there as Jack Wold doesn't throw over. 0-1 offering. This one is hit in the air. That's just straightaway center. And in front of Almaris, it's a 2-out RBI single here for Jack Ring, and a loud RBI at that. It's 2-0 in favor of Fargo Oak Grove. Hatfield goes to second base. Coming in to score is Nestler here. And now the 4th hit of the inning has allowed the Grovers to put up a little bit of a crooked number. Here's the offering to Winter. Swung on and missed with Zach. Now 0-1. So the RBI here for Ring makes it 2-0. And right now the Grovers looking to add to it here in the top of the 1st. The pitch, breaking ball. That'll miss for a ball at 1-1. So 2 runs have came in. All have been earned so far here. As you have the pitch. This one is going to be hit, and that's right underneath the third baseman's glove in Spellhaug. Rounding third on his way coming in. Here's the throw with Kylan Swenson, and now they're going to go to second. The runner going to stay put there at Hatfield, but now he comes in, tries to score. Is he out? And he is. Hatfield is thrown out at home plate, but a run does come in to score after a Winter base knock. So a run driven in for Zach. Coming in will be Hatfield, will come in to score. Ring is caught out at the plate. And then Winter gets the base knock and the run driven in. So 3 runs off of 5 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left on base here for Fargo Oak Grove. A new score on our Bank North scoreboard. The Grovers lead it by 3 with the Vikings coming up to the plate.
There's more at 104. Hillsboro, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsboro and see why there's more at 104.
The Kindred Vikings Booster Club is an organization of parents and community members that supports and encourages the advancement to Kindred athletic programs, focusing on wholesome school spirit, promoting good sportsmanship, and developing high ideals of character. For more information, or if you'd like to be part of the Kindred Vikings Booster Club, send an email to kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. That's kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Vikings!
Bottom of the 1st inning, Mason Almaris to bat leadoff with Jack Wold and Jeremiah Doctor here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Going up against Trey Hatfield, who came on in relief and went an inning and 2/3 against the Oaks Tornadoes. Did give up a couple of hits with 2 runs. Both were earned with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Actually, those runs were unearned, after the error that was right off the bat with Doctor at shortstop. So for the Oak Grove Grovers, able to get 5 hits all via the single, and then mark that for scoring at home, that out at home if that comes in a little bit later on, if it's a one-run game, as we continue to work through this one in the top of the first inning, could be a difference maker in this contest. So Almere, Swold, and Doctor, followed by Opgren, Jorgen Swenson, Spellhaug, Whipple, Kylan Swenson, Hoyme will be your 1 through 9 here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, going up against Trey Hatfield on the mound for Fargo Oak Grove. Kindred-Richland Vikings with their blue tops and white pants for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers in their white bottoms with their black tops, and the Grovers out in front in maroon, while for the Vikings, again, Vikings across in front in cursive in white. Going on the mound here is Hatfield. We'll see what Mason Almaris, a senior center fielder, can do against Hatfield here in the leadoff spot. This will miss for a ball, now 1-0. So the Grovers with 5 hits, 3 runs across in the top of the first. What can the Vikings do to answer here in the bottom of the first? The pitch. Breaking ball going to be in there for a strike at 1-1. Still to come after this game concludes, Enderlin against Central Cass, and then the winner of that game to play Northern Cass later on here tonight. Here's the 1-1 offering. That'll miss for a ball at 2-1. That Enderlin Central Cass game was scheduled for a 4 o'clock, probably looking more at about a 4:30, maybe even 4:45, barring how this game plays out here from Hendrickson Field. Here's the 2-1. Almaris will take a strike now at 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here with Lebo playing even with the bag at third. Winter just playing a little bit behind at first. Playing straight up is Doctor and Ring in the middle. The 2-2 missing outer part of the plate at 3-2 as Hermstead is on for his second straight game behind the plate as the Central Cass Squirrels have made their way here to Enderlin. Left field is Dietz, Ashe in center, and Meininger in right. Here's the payoff pitch. Hit on the ground, and that one is going to be underneath the glove of Ring, and it's a leadoff single for Mason Almaris. It's right off the bat here. The Kindred-Richland Vikings get their leadoff runner aboard, and now it goes to Jack Wold batting second for the junior pitcher, a chance to help his own cause as he looks up the third base line with Scott Milbrandt to get the sign here in the bottom of the first inning. Region 1 baseball tournament today, Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday if needed. Started back on Tuesday here in Enderlin as the Eagles upended the Ball Stars. As the runner goes, Mason Almaris able to get in there safely. Then it runs a little bit off of his inner knee and doesn't go far enough into the outfield. But Mason Almaris will take second base and now be in scoring position here, as this will be a 0-1 offering upcoming. So right off the bat here, the Vikings get their running shoes on and get a runner in scoring position. This is a lazy fly that's hit up the right field line, and that is just going to go foul. So now it'll be 0-2 as Wold will have to work behind the count here. Then it's Jeremiah Doctor and Opgren for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Region 1 champs, the Vikings, last time they won was 2017. The Vikings won 5 times in the 2010 decade. This one is hit right up and over the second baseman's glove of Ring. Milbrandt waving in Almaris. Here comes a throw from the center fielder. Ashe at one hops the catcher, and Hermstead's going to have to eat it from there. It's a run batted in for Jack Wold, and it's now 3-1 in favor of Fargo Oak Grove. So back-to-back singles here for the Vikings. Run driven in coming in is going to be with Wold, and now it's 3-1. So Wold with the RBI here in the bottom of the first inning. And after that first game, it was 3-2 was the final. This one, they might need all the runs here in game number 2 between these two teams as Doctor fouls this one back. Now 0-1 for the senior catcher. As Jack Wold takes his lead off a second, being held on there by Doctor. The 0-1 pitch. This one missed for a ball at 1-1 strike. So Almaris again comes in to score. Here's the 1-1. That'll be in there for a strike at 1-2. Opgren, the cleanup batter, due up next here for Kindred-Richland. Well, for Trey Hatfield looking for his first out here against the third batter for the Vikings. The 1-2 offering, This one fouled, and we'll have 1 and 2 all over again. So again, 135 pitches you can throw in a particular tournament. For Hatfield, already went an inning and 2/3 against Oaks. And now on for his second game, as this is going to be popped up here and playable to the infield. Doctor giving a big chase here and can't get it, and that's going to be an infield pop-up base knock. So the wind took that one down. Liebel looked to Doctor, and Doctor played behind the bag and just unable to get a good jump on it. The third baseman, Liebel, actually had a better chance of coming across, but because he had a runner at second, didn't want to vacate third base in case he bobbled it. So now all of a sudden you got runners at first and second base with nobody out here for the Vikings, and the go-ahead run comes up to the plate. That's going to be a tough one to rule here for Fargo Oak Grove to allow essentially what would have been an out, giving the Vikings an extra out to work with here in the first. Bluffing to bunt there was Max Opgren as he takes the bat back, now 1-0. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, you're going to have Wold at second, and then now the opportunity here for the Vikings with the tying run at first base as well with Jack McDonald on the courtesy runner. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Upgren. Looks to bunt again. That'll be out of the zone. Now 2-0. Last season in the Region 1 baseball tournament between the Kindred-Richland Vikings and Fargo Oak Grove Grovers, they did not play each other last year in the 2022 version of this tournament. The off-speed is going to be in there for a strike. So at second base again is Wold, and able to have an RBI base knock. 3 up and 3 on so far for the Vikings against Hatfield. And the pitch. This is smashed down the left field line. Look out into the parking lot, and that'll one hop and go into the batting cages. So now the second strike here for Hatfield on the mound against Max Opgren. Trying to time up Hatfield here and hit one down the left field line that stands 370 here in Enderlin. This one will be out of the zone and work the count. So the count right now with a couple of strikes, couple of balls here with runners at first and second base to the senior first baseman. And the pitch. This one foul tipped, and we'll continue to battle here with Max Opgren. Mason Almaris worked the count full, had a single. Wolb got behind the count 0-2, able to hit a single. Doctor was at 1-2 in the count, and then had that infield pop-up that eventually landed right in front of Doctor at short. And now all of a sudden Max Opgren taking some pitches against Hatfield, and he does it again. So Opgren doing a really good job here, continuing to get the pitch count moved up with Hatfield. As this again is game 2 for Fargo Oak Grove. They've already pitched Doctor, now Hatfield here in these 2 games. The 3-2 curveball, but will be foul tipped, and Opgren got enough of that one. If he did not, the ball would have went all the way to the backstop, and probably an okay thing for the Grovers, considering he had runners at first and second that were taken off. Jorgen Swenson, again, coming up next here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. After 3 runs in the first for the Grovers, the Vikings so far with 1 run here in the bottom of the first inning. That's going to be hit on the ground, and that's down the left field line, but foul, and we'll handle it all over again. Taking a look at Kindred-Richland, this Viking squad. Their last game on May the 15th, won 3-2 against Mayport CG. Then on May the 12th, won 9-2 against Central Cass, and took a pair from Oaks as well earlier here in the month. This one is going to be foul tipped off Hermstead, and Max Opgren right now putting the best at bat that we've seen here in this tournament. But again, just 2 games today so far, and this early on the second of the second game. Right now, runners again at first and second. McDonald at first, Wold at second. The pitch, a high fly ball hit deep down the left field line, but running out of real estate is Dietz, and we'll keep it again at where we are in the count. So all of a sudden now for Max Opgren, foul ball, foul ball, foul. Most of them have either been to the backstop or up the left field line. Nothing has been late and up the first base side so far here for Opgren. Hatfield looks back the runner, the pitch. That'll miss. And we'll handle a 3-ball count. So Upgrade again, 3 balls, 2 strikes here with nobody out in the top of the first inning, and is 1 pitch away from earning a walk or possibly getting on base with a base knock. On the opposite side, Hatfield looking for a strikeout. And a foul tipped. The one thing this is definitely doing is that pitch count for Hatfield from the first game to now is continuing to rise. And for Coach Justin Petrick, I start thinking again who your 3rd and 4th pitchers will be coming through. But the long battle is one in favor of Hatfield, who goes with the up-high fastball for the strikeout. So Max Opgren is retired. Now it's Jorgen Swenson with 1 down here on our Bank North scoreboard. So for 23 minutes into this contest, and we're in the bottom of the first inning. So runners at first and second with 1 down now to Swenson. This one will be in there for a strike at 0-1. Then Grant Spellhaug will be due up next for the Vikings. Overcast kind of a day, wind starting to make its way a little bit more here throughout the afternoon than what we saw in the first game. This one has hit up the third base line, a fair ball. This is a chance for 2, and this will get past the first baseman, Winter. They do get the lead runner. McDonald goes to third base, and then Jorgen Swenson is able to go to second. So there is 1 out on the play. Wold is recorded out again at third as McDonald goes from first to third, and Jorgen Swenson now at second after the E5. So I'll make it runners at second and third with 2 down now. McDonald kind of stood put there for a while at second. If he would have been running, it would have been interesting to see if he could have came in to score. Instead, now it's up to Spellhaug. That'll be in there for a strike at 0-1. And the Grovers trying to minimize the damage now to just 1 run here in the bottom of the first. Vikings with the tying run in scoring position. The 0-1 in there. Now it's going to be no balls and 2 strikes on the way here to Grant. The junior third baseman works behind the count as Hatfield is 1 strike away from getting out of the jam. This one is going to be hit up the first base line, but foul. So no balls, 2 strikes. Jorgen Swenson at second, McDonald at third. Wold again retired at third base on the fielder's choice. The pitch, swung on and missed, and Hatfield gets out of the jam here in the bottom of the first inning. So the Vikings are able to get their first 3 batters across and up to the plate, but they only get 1 run. They leave 2 hits, and they leave 2 on, and they have 3 hits in this one. After 1 complete on our Bank North scoreboard, it's 3-1 in favor of Oak Grove.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at BloomfieldTrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
To the top of the second, 8, 9, and 1 batters here for Fargo Oak Grove with Dietz, Meidinger, and Liebel here. So for the Grovers, they take 3 in the top of the first. They give 1 back, but they still lead it by 2 on our Bank North scoreboard as Wold is on for his second inning of work for the Kindred-Richland Vikings and misses the zone to Jack Dietz. Jack did play second base and a little bit of third. This will be his first at bat today after playing the infield against the Tornadoes in the last game. 2 balls, no strikes on the way here to Dietz as Wold. I'm going to find a little rhythm here in the second. The 2-0, that'll miss out of the zone now. 3-0. 7 batters came to the plate for Fargo Oak Grove in the first, and they were caught at home plate again with Ring being the out number 3 to retire the side. And that'll be in there for a strike at 3-1. For Fargo Oak Grove so far today, they have 12 hits between the two games, and only one of them is an extra base hit. This one will be in there for a strike now at 3-2. So 11 singles and 1 double after winning 3-2 against the Tornadoes, currently up 3-1 right now against the Vikings. Here's the 3-2 offering. Swung on a miss, and Wold gets strikeout number 3 of the afternoon. So falls behind 3-0 on the count, comes back with 3 straight strikes. Now it's to Noah Meidinger for the freshman right fielder. From there, then, you go back to the top of the lineup with Liebel. So Wold, one down here in the top of the second. The pitch. This one is fouled off the catcher, Doctor. And it'll be 0-1. So they'll give him a little bit of time here with their home plate umpire, Brent Engelbrenson, just making sure that Doctor's all right. He's got a smile on, though, tells the Scott Milbrand and the coaching staff here up the first base dugout, I'm all right. Gives him a little bit of a thumbs up there as well. Gareth Hansen, again, our first base umpire. Then Tom Hurius is at third base. A little bit later on for our umpiring crew, we'll see Cale Hamry, Eric Olson, and Pat Adair part of this Region 1 baseball tournament. Chase Miller, Reggie Funk with you here. Again, we still have 2 more games yet to go here today in Enderlin. Then we'll have 4 games on Saturday with our coverage starting at 11 a.m. in the morning. Off-speed pitch. That'll miss at 1-1. Coverage gets going at 10 o'clock, though, for the Region 1 softball tournament from Kindred, again on Saturday morning. Here's the 1-ball, 1-strike offering to the number 9 batter with Meidinger. That'll be in there for a strike at 1-2 as ducking there was Meidinger. So there's the 1-2 offering on the way from Jack Wold, looking for his second straight strikeout to start the second. The pitch. This one will be fouled up the behind the plate, and we'll keep it at 1-2. First time through the lineup so far for Wold. He has 4 outs with 5 hits, 3 runs that were earned, and 3 strikeouts, no walks so far. As Meidinger will have to continue to battle behind the count. The 1-2 missing out of the zone now at 2-2. Winner of this game plays in the semifinals at 11 o'clock upcoming on Saturday. And then 1 win closer from trying to win the Region 1 Baseball Championship here in 2023. This one going to be a curveball that's going to be an opportunity here for Doctor to go to Opgrand. That's what he's able to do. So a strikeout. Meidinger is retired. 2-3 on the putout. That strikeout number 4 for Wold. Back-to-back varieties as well. And now it's to Cameron Liebel, who struck out on 3 pitches, swinging his last time up to start things off in the first inning. But the Grovers right now up by 2 here in the top of the second, and we'll try to get a 2-out rally going against Wold on the mound. First pitch to Liebel. That's it up the third base side, and that'll be a foul ball at 0-1. As you have one of the patrons down the left field line with their chairs are out, kind of went back into the vehicle to make sure she was going to be all right as she lost it moving its way up. A little bit different of skies here with the wildfires coming in from Alberta. Kind of has that fog in the air, not true just, nighttime or not a true daytime sky. Kind of feels a little bit of a twilight here in Enderlin. Here's the pitch. This one is hit, and that's going to be in front of the left fielder, Kylan Swenson. It's a 2-out opposite field single here for Liebel, and they get their first runner on here in the second inning now for Fargo Oak Grove. Hit number 6 against Wold, and it's to Grayson Doctor. Doctor with a single with a run scored so far today. He started the first inning off with 3 consecutive singles from the Grovers as Liebel takes his run from first. And now it'll be Grayson Doctor at 1-0 with a batter's count here with Wold. So Wold looks back the runner at first here in Liebel, and the 1-0 offering. This one swung on and missed, now 1-1. We'll see if Liebel does go at any particular time here with 2 outs with Coach Petrick or with Grayson Doctor at the plate. See if there's a particular hit and run that's put on the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball that'll miss high. Now 2-2 for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. They'll be sending 7, 8, and 9 to the lineup. Whipple will lead things off in the bottom of the second for Kindred-Richland. The 2-1 offering. This one is popped up and potentially playable here. We'll see the first baseman give some room. And it'll be a strike. Now at 2-2. So it'll just be a long and loud strike there for a 2-ball, 2-strike offering with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Earlier today, a 3-2 win for Fargo Oak Grove against the Oaks Tornadoes. So far with 3 runs across in an inning and 2/3 here for the Grovers at the plate. This one is hit in the air, and that's going to be to center field and one hopped by Almaris, who does a really good job cutting in front of that one before it might have split the gap. Hoime was looking to cover him there, but for the Grovers, a pair of opposite field 2-out singles has allowed Fargo Oak Grove to now get runners at first and second base. So hit number 7 as Mason Hermstead with a single his last time up will step up here for the senior catcher. So 3 runs, 5 hits with a runner left in the first, and the Grovers, again, that 2-out rally trying to keep the baton moving through the lineup with a Liebel single and a Doctor single. What can Hermstead do here? First pitch will take for a ball. Now 1-0 on the way to the Grovers' number 3 batter in the lineup. Number 1 seed versus the 5 seed. It's the 5 seed out in front and looking to add on to it as they do. That's going to split the gap to left center field. Coming in to score is Liebel. Doctor on his horse to third base. Almaris gets the ball back in. It's an RBI double here for Mason Hermstead, and the Grovers now lead it 4-1. So Liebel comes in to score. Doctor again goes first to third, and Scott Milbrandt going to come on here and talk it over with his team. That's the first extra base hit of the game, and that's hit number 8 here for Fargo Oak Grove. And we're going to see a new pitcher coming on here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. We'll let you know who it is coming up next here on your liveevent.com.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow in the new space and move forward with excellence.
Top of the second inning here, 4-1 in favor of Kindred-Richland. Jorgen Swenson will go from shortstop to now taking the mound, and it's going to be a straight switch as Jack Wold now will go to second base. Go to shortstop here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Wold goes an inning and 2/3, 8 hits against, all singles except for 1 double. 4 runs he's accounted for, but he's on the hook for both the runners at second and third. No strikeout, no walks, and 4 strikeouts here in this one. So Wold now will go to shortstop, and again, Jorgen Swenson will come on in relief here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. The Grovers have jumped out here in the first and now in the second inning, able to get the 2-out rally going as Trey Hatfield a chance to help his own cause with runners in scoring position. First pitch swinging, that goes to the third baseman, Spellhaug. 5-3, 1 pitch, 1 out to retire the side here in the second inning, but not before the Oak Grove Grovers able to get 3 hits together with 1 run, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. An inning and a half complete on our Bank North scoreboard, 4-1 in favor of the Grovers. The Vikings coming to the plate.
Do you want that new boat? Are you building onto your home? Maybe you want the new camper or ATV. Dakota Heritage Bank can help you. This is Dustin Nagel, president at Dakota Heritage Bank Hillsborough location. You can visit with me or our other loan officers to help with loans and lines of credit from Dakota Heritage Bank. We are serving you with locations in North Dakota and Northwest Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank offers financial services you expect with a local perspective. dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Tomorrow is happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
For Fargo Oak Grove here today, 7 hits against the Oaks Tornadoes, and so far 8 hits against the Kindred-Richland Vikings. The bats have came alive for Coach Petrick and the Grovers as they now lead it 4-1. And now for Coach Petrick, Trey Hatfield was warming up, but he looks to kind of get a little bit of extension there as he's starting to stretch out a little bit of his left leg right now and down to a right knee as we see it on the mound here. So he was just going through his warm-up tosses. Then the umpire came out, Brent Ingebretson, and kind of singled over to Justin Petrick as we'll have a trainer come on the field here. And for Hatfield, if he's unable to finish through here for Coach Petrick, he'll get 1 inning of work out of him in this game, an inning and 2/3 in the last, and then you'll have to go to another pitcher here as Hatfield. We'll see if he tries to fight through it as he have the trainer, the home plate umpire, and then also the head coach and Justin Petrick taking a look at Hatfield with some of these warm-up tosses to see if he's all right. Once he threw the warm-up toss, he kind of looked into Hermstead and kind of stopped and waved a little bit towards the umpire and his head coach. And it looks to be all right now with the plant foot and also kind of what he's doing with his right foot on the mound. As we'll have the throw down here and everything will be ready to go. So Fargo Oak Grove with 3 runs in the first, 1 in the second. So far 8 hits with 3 runners left on base. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, 1 run, 3 hits, 2 runners left on base. They have yet to commit an error, while Fargo Oak Grove has committed 1 error so far here today. So Whipple, Swenson, and Hoyme, the bottom of the lineup for Scott Milbrandt and the Kindred-Richland Vikings up to the plate. The pitch, this one is hitting the air, and that's in front of the left fielder, Dietz. Going to be an infield, it's going to be a single here for the designated hitter, and 1 pitch and 1 hit here against Hatfield in the second inning. So now all of a sudden you're going to have Kylan Swenson, the sophomore left fielder, step up to the plate. Has taken his lead off of first. Again, is going to be Whipple. Whipple going to stay put. First pitch in the dirt. Looking to bunt there was Kylan Swenson. He brings the bat back. Now it's 1-0. Still to come after the conclusion of this game are night games between the Central Cass Squirrels and the Enderlin Eagles, and then the winner of that contest to play Northern Cass to finish off this Thursday portion of the Region 1 baseball tournament. Our next game scheduled to start at 4 o'clock. That's definitely not going to happen. Looking a little bit probably closer to now 4:45 or 5, depending on how this game has gone so far. On a contest that started at 2:27, we're over 40 minutes into the bottom of the second inning. The pitch, this is going to be a bunt, hit up the first base line. Covering is going to be the second baseman, and a really heads-up play there by Ring, as he had both Hatfield and Winter going for the ball. Hatfield able to pick it up, and then Ring able to cover at first base. So that's going to be 1-4 on the putout. Bryce goes to second, and now it's Owen Hoyme stepping up. Runner at second base This will be in the dirt, missing for a ball to Hoyme, now 1-0. The Southeast Regional Track and Field meet will be tomorrow in Castleton, and then Saturday opens up a flurry of baseball and softball action here in the region. The pitch. Huddle miss for a ball out of the glove of Hermstead, now 2-0. State Track and Field next weekend in Bismarck, second year where they've done 3 days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from the Community Bowl. And then June 1st through the 3rd is the state baseball and softball tournaments in Class B, as that'll be in Minot. Baseball at Corbett Field. Softball will be at the South Hill Complex. Class A this year will be in the Fargo Metro, with the softball at Theraldson and the baseball going to be at West Fargo. This one will be foul back now at 2-2. And then that'll put a bow pretty much on the spring sports season in North Dakota. First game for high school football in the fall, August 18th for fall athletics. Once we get to next school year, is this the 2-2? That'll miss. And all of a sudden you look at the count, it's 3 balls and 2 strikes here with 1 out and a runner at second base in Whipple to Owen Hoyme. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and miss, and Hatfield gets the strikeout. So punch out number 3 for Hatfield, as it's Mason Almaris will step up with 2 outs now and a runner in scoring position. Mason with a single, worked the count full, has a stolen base and a run scored so far here for Kindred-Richland. 4 hits against Hatfield the first time through the lineup, with 3 strikeouts, no walks, as this one will miss. Here to Almaris, the senior center fielder. As Hatfield looks back, the runner at second, and the pitch. That'll be out of the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. Top of the 3rd inning for the Grovers. Ashe, Ring, and Winter, 5, 6, and 7 coming up to the plate. The 2-0 offering, that's going to be in the dirt. Hermstead did a good job to backhand that one. Now it's 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes here, as back-to-back times Almaris has been able to draw a 3-ball count. Looking for a 4-pitch walk. And instead will stake a strike on the 3-0, not looking to swing, as the wind again is starting to pick up a little bit. Temperatures in the upper 50s to 60s in the first game, now kind of getting a little chillier throughout the afternoon. The 3-1 in there for a strike, and now it's 3-2 here for Hatfield. Looking for his 4th strikeout, while Almaris looking for a walk or possibly driving in a run. The 3-2. And that'll miss outside for a walk. The first free pass that Trey Hatfield has given up, and now runners will be at first and second base. As Justin Petrick will come on here. So again, runners at first and second with 2 outs. As Petrick will come on here and try to give Hatfield a little bit of an opportunity. And Hatfield is going to be done. So we'll let you know who's coming in for relief for the Grovers next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, Swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. They're open Saturdays 10 to 5. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
There's more at 104. Hillsboro, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsboro and see why there's more at 104.
The Kindred School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
Bottom of the second inning we go here on our Bank North scoreboard. Go to ibanknorth.com for more information. Member FDIC and proud supporter of their communities. Bank North, you can take them anytime where you want to go with values-based banking and their mobile app. So Hatfield goes to third base here. Doctor remains at short, Ring at second, and Winter at first. Hatfield goes an inning and 2/3, 4 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts as Cameron Liebel takes the mound, and he'll throw an off-speed pitch in there for a strike to Wold. Wold with a single earlier today. Runners at first and second. At second is Bryce Whipple, and then at first base is Mason Almaris. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Little miss for a ball now at 1-1. So for the Grovers right now, pitcher number 2, and for the Kindred-Richland Vikings also on their second pitcher of this game, and haven't gone to the top of the third yet. Here's the 1-1 offering from Liebel. That'll miss out of the zone now at 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike on the way to the number 2 batter in this Kindred-Richland Viking lineup. And the pitch. This one will miss for a ball now at 3-1. If Jack Wold can find a way to earn a walk or a single, he'll have Jeremiah Doctor coming up to the plate. Here's the 3-1 offering. That'll miss. A 5-pitch walk here to Wold. And now all of a sudden bases are full for Jeremiah Doctor. So Whipple will go to third base. Mason Almaris goes to second. Wold at first. Bases full of Vikings and nowhere to put Jeremiah Doctor, who has a single his last time up. The Vikings left 2 runners on base in the first inning. They don't want to do that again here in the second unless they start the merry-go-round around the bases. As you have Jeremiah Doctor at the plate. And he'll take a strike now at 0-1. Then it goes to Max Upgrand after that. Here's the 0-1 offering. That'll miss for a ball at 1 strike. So here's the 1-1 offering on the way to the senior catcher. Swung on and missed. Now it's 1-2. So Liebel right now with the off-speed pitches on in relief. 1 strike away from getting out of the jam here for the Grovers. Well, for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, Doctor looking to put 1 in play here and see if he can maybe get a run or 2 driven in for Kindred-Richland. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed to retire the side, and the Grovers go unscathed here in the bottom of the second inning as well. There were no runs off a 1 hit, no errors, and 3 runners left on base. We go to the top of the third. It's 4-1 in favor of Fargo Oak Grove.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com. Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsborough, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Top of the third inning here on yourliveevent.com. I'm Chase Miller. He's Reggie Funk, and this is our two-camera setup from Hendrickson Field in Enderlin, North Dakota. 370 down the left field line, 325 to center, and 285 down the right field line. Here is on the mound here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings as Jorgen Swenson again. Went a third of an inning for Kindred-Richland. And now getting his second opportunity of work here. After Jack Wold went an inning and 2/3, Swenson so far with a third of an inning worked. For the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers, 4 runs off of 8 hits. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, 1 run off of 4 hits. They've left 5 runners on base. For Fargo Oak Grove, they've left 3 runners so far on base here today, as it's going to be Ashe, Ring, and Winter for the Grovers here in the top of the third inning. This game is being brought to you in part by the Region 1 Athletic Directors and also with the North Dakota High School Activities Association for this postseason event, as this will be in there for a strike with Swenson now 0-1 to Jonathan Ashe. Ashe struck out looking his last time up. That was against Wold in the first. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Now it'll be 0-2 as the rail continues to make its way across the outfield here in Enderlin. Now overcast skies continue throughout the day with that mix of a little bit of that haze in the air. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That'll miss. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So for the Grovers, able to send 7 batters to the plate in the first, and then they had 6 in the second. What can they do here in the third? 1-2, and Swenson pulls the fastball by him for the strikeout. So Swenson gets his first strikeout in relief. Now it's to Mr. Ring. So Jake Ring was caught being gunned down at the plate in the first inning to finish off the top of the first, but he did have a single with a run driven in at that point to make it 2-0 in favor of the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers. Hermstead last inning with the RBI double for Fargo Oak Grove. So no balls, 2 strikes on the way here to Ring. Swenson with the 0-2. Check swing, yes he did go through the zone. 3 pitches and a strikeout here for Swenson, and out number 2 for Fargo Oak Grove. So Swenson with back-to-back strikeouts now in 1 inning of work. He's seen 3 batters, retired all 3, 1 pitch and 1 out with Hatfield. Then back-to-back strikeouts here with Ashe and Ring. Now it's to Zach Winter, the freshman first baseman, who foul tips this one back. Now it's 0-1. So pitch number 9 here for Swenson, and all that he's done is attack the zone here in relief for the Vikings. The 0-1 offering. This one pulling out the string now at 0-2. So Swenson looking for a 3-up, 3-down top of the third inning here for Kindred-Richland. And the 0-2 offering, this will be fouled to the backstop, and Winter stays alive. Zach with a RBI single his last time up to bring that to a 3-0 contest at the time in the first. This one will miss out of the zone for 1-2. For the Vikings, they will send Upgrand, Jorgen Swenson, and Spellhaug, the middle of their lineup, in the bottom of the third. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, strike 3 looking, and Swenson strikes out the side here in the top of the third inning. We go to the bottom of the third inning. It's 4-1 Grovers on our Bank North scoreboard on your live event.
Watch the 2023 North Dakota Shrine Bowl in conjunction with 3 Borders Sports Network in your live event on Saturday, June 24th in Mayville.
Deutsch, you look to the left, and a nice little screen over on the near side. Getting away is Nelson down inside the 20, and he might score. He does. Down inside the end zone, and it's a 37-yard touchdown.
The 11-man game kicks off at 4 with the 9-man game to follow at 7. It's the Shrine Bowl with 3 Borders Sports Network and yourliveevent.com. Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
Bottom of the third inning we go here in Enderlin. Up Grant Jorgen Swenson and Grant Spellhaug here coming on against Cameron Liebel so far, who's gone a third of an inning of work with a walk and also a strikeout to his name. Liebel, this one will miss outside the zone for a ball. Upgrand 0 for 1 today, worked the count full and then had just a foul after foul after foul kind of at bat. This one almost runs in and hits him, now 2-0. So Max Upgrand, the senior first baseman, has some power as well. Here's the pitch on the way. This will be out of the zone. So Upgrand again with a batter's count right now going up against Liebel. Had a walk with Wold, strikeout with Doctor, and the pitch. This one is going to be popped up, and calling everybody off is going to be Hatfield. Comes in, and there's one out here in the bottom of the third inning. Got him out front, popped out to the third baseman in Hatfield. Now it's to Jorgen Swenson, who steps up to the plate. The senior now pitcher reached base on an error his last time up. After the throwing error by Liebel at third. Here's the pitch. This will miss for a ball at 1-0. Region 1 champs, taking a look at the last 4 in 5 years because COVID in 2020. This is going to be hit on the ground. A couple of hopper to Doctor. Goes across. Good stretch by Winter, and that'll be 6-3 on the putout. Last 2 years, Central Cass won back-to-back. COVID in 2020. Unable to play a baseball season. Then in 2019 and 18, Enderlin Maple Valley, the Enderlin Maple Valley Falcons were able to go back-to-back. Kindred-Richland in 2017 won the Region 1 title. Let's look at the last 5 years that we've been able to play this tournament, as this will be fouled back with Spellhaug, now 0-1. Grant 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. As Liebel, the 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, now 1-1. Liebel's not going to ring a fastball in against you too much, but if he can locate that breaking ball well enough, get these batters a little off-timed, as this one, a jammed shot popped up and playable for Doctor before he gets out of the outfield, into the outfield that is, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning as well here for Liebel and the Grovers as we go to the top of the 4th inning here in Enderlin. It's 4-1 Grovers on your liveevent.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends, and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us, and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Top of the 4th inning we go here. It's 4-1 in favor of Fargo Oak Grove over the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Looking to bunt and going through the zone here is going to be Dietz. So 8, 9, and 1 batters here. As Swenson comes on after striking out the side in the 3rd. Here's the pitch. Off speed in there for a strike again on the curve, now 0-2. So Swenson right now will look in to the Oak Grove batter. And the 0-2 offering. Strike 3, and it's 4 consecutive strikeouts for Swenson here for Kindred-Richland. So you have Hatfield with the only one to put a ball in play. First pitch to Spellhaug at third base, and Storigan Swenson has came on in relief. And then 2 strikeouts looking in the third with 2 strikeouts swinging in the third with 1 looking, and then Dietz 3 up and 3 pitches in for strikes. This one will be in the dirt to Noah Meininger, now 1-0. And it goes back to Cameron Liebel. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball, now 1 ball and 1 strike. So since Swenson has come on in relief, it's been 5 consecutive outs on the mound here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Now it's 1-2. After the Grovers were able to get 4 runs on 8 hits against Jack Wold to start things off. Swung on and miss, and Swenson gets another strikeout. 5 consecutive Ks here for Jorgen, and 2 times through the lineup, combined between Wold and Swenson, they've struck out 9 Grover batters. So Cameron, spelled with a K, 1 of 2 today with a single and a run scored back in the 2nd inning. That's going to be hit on the ground. Swenson is there. He'll gladly take it to the first baseman to Opgrand, and that will retire the side here for the Grovers. 1-3 on the putout. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base as we've played now 3.5 here from Enderlin. It's 4-1 in favor of Fargo Oak Grove.
One size does not fit all. As a small business employer, you have many great benefit options. Hello, Angela here with the Irie Insurance Benefits Connect team. We know shopping for employee insurance benefits can be a confusing and intimidating task for employers. Not to mention one more thing on your plate. Let Irie Insurance Benefits Connect guide you through the process. We take a unique approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more, go to IrieInsurance.com.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
Bottom of the 4th inning we go. Fargo Oak Grove 4, Kindred-Richland 1. Right now the question is, who's going to score some runs after we had a flurry of activity in the first 2 innings, and both pitchers have really settled into their own. For Swenson right now, he's retired 7 straight Grovers, while for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, Liebel, after walking Wold, he's retired 4 straight Vikings. So now can Kindred-Richland get a couple of runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning as they've trailed throughout this contest? Well, if you're Fargo Oak Grove, it's about keeping a lead and how quickly can you get it to the 6th and the 7th and maybe add on to it. And now you have to go up against an awfully good pitcher in Swenson as well. Off-speed pitch to Bryce Whipple. That'll be in there for a strike. Bryce is 1 of 1 so far today with a single. So 7, 8, and 9 again. This one in. Look out. Scott Milbrandt had to duck in the third base coaching box and has a little bit of a grin as that one came across now at 0-2. Milbrandt kind of tips his cap, says, I'm all right, I'm good. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way to Bryce. And the offering. Strike 3, and that's going to be out number 1 here of the bottom of the 4th inning. So for Liebel right now, in relief, handles his 2nd strikeout. As you have Kylan Swenson today with a sacrifice bunt his last time up. It will be 1-0 upcoming here on the ball. So 1 ball, no strikes here to Kylan Swenson. This one is popped in. That's going to be into the residential area of Enderlin. Now it's going to be 1 ball and 1 strike. So after the conclusion of this game, still to come 2 more here today in the Region 1 baseball tournament. There's a high fly ball deep to left center field, way back to the warning track, off the top of the wall here for Swenson. As he's going to round first on his way to second. He just missed a solo home run by a foot. Kylan Swenson drove that to left center field where it goes a little bit higher up for the wall instead of a 5-foot wall or a 6-foot wall, kind of jets up to more of around a 12-foot wall up in left center field. And he just missed a solo home run. But Swenson with the extra base knock here. Will be the first hit against Liebel in relief. And now a runner at second base is Owen Hoyme will step up to the plate. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. This will be in there for a strike on the breaking ball at 0-1. Runner at second base is Kylan Swenson. As Liebel works ahead, Swenson takes his lead off a second, being held on there by Ring. The 0-1, that'll be in the dirt now, 1-1. Then it goes back to the top of the lineup here to Mason Almaris, due up next. So Vikings looking for a little jolt offensively. Almost got it there with Kylan Swenson, but he did get the double. The 1-1. This is going to be hit right up the middle. Swenson has to stay put at second base to make sure that that wasn't going to be caught. The throw comes in from Ashe, who does have a good throw there in center field. Back-to-back hits for the Kindred-Richland Vikings as they have runners at the corners. So for the Vikings, their tying run comes to the plate here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Mason Almaris with a single, with a run scored, and a walk in the second, but a stolen base he had as well in the first. And now the top of the lineup comes through the third time here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Looking to bring a run, if not more, in here in the fourth. First pitch swinging, there's a high fly ball. Ashe camps underneath it. Ashe able to glove that one for the second out. Almaris will come in and have the sacrifice fly variety here. As coming in to score is going to be Swenson. Hoyme will stay put at first, and Almaris now with the sacrifice fly makes it 4-2. So a run driven in, a run scored for Kylan Swenson. Mason Almaris with the run driven in. It's now 4-2 in favor of the Grovers. But the sacrifice fly productive out regardless for Kindred-Richland. First pitch swinging. This will be a ground ball to Hatfield. Hatfield has to hurry, and they got him in time. 5-3, Hatfield to Winter as Wold first pitch swinging and ran into Winter as well at first base. The Kindred-Richland Vikings do plate one, but they do leave a runner on. 1 run was scored off of 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. 4 complete on our Bank North scoreboard. It's now 4-2 in favor of the Grovers.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with 10 locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but they can also help with auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help you with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Emery Vistos Implement has been family owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts, from edible bean equipment to air compressors and pressure washers. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their Ariat clothing selection at Emery Vistos Implement. Anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or go online to vistoimplement.com. That's vistoimplement.com.
Top of the fifth inning we go here in Enderlin. It's 4-2 Fargo Oak Grove. The Vikings do play a run across to trim that deficit down to 2. And now it's Jorgen Swenson on the mound here. And Swenson, all that he's done is throw strikes for the most part since he's came on in relief in the second inning. Dr. Hermstead and Hatfield here against Jorgen. It'll be 1 ball and 1 strike here to Grayson Doctor, who's 2 for 2 today with a single and a run scored. That was back in the first inning. Here's the 1-1 offering. This is going to be a high fly ball, hit deep down the right field, and going to handle that one is going to be Hoyme for the out. So 1 down now here on the fly out to the right fielder. 1 down in the top of the fifth inning. as Hermstead will come on here. Swenson 2 2/3 innings of work so far for the Vikings. And this will miss for a ball. Now 1-0. The first batter that he faced was Trey Hatfield for the ground out. So far, no one has reached base against Swenson on in relief for Fargo Oak Grove. The 1-0 is going to be in at the knee for a strike now at 1-1. 2 2/3 innings of work for Swenson so far again, with 5 strikeouts, no walks, and no hits. This is going to be hit up the third base line, but foul. Now at 1-2. So Swenson looking to do what he's done in relief, put some zeros on the board, and then allow his batters to come to the plate and see if they can cut into this deficit. This is going to be fouled behind us, and we'll keep it at 1-2. Middle part of the order here for Oak Grove, and then once we get to Hatfield, it will be the second time that they've seen Swenson on the mound here today for the Grovers. The pitch. This is going to be hit, and a line drive right up the middle here for Mason Hermstead for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers. Hermstead, a hitting machine, his third hit of the day, and that's the first one against Swenson. And now Hermstead will be courtesy run for us. Coming on will be Nestler here, as he'll come on for Fargo Oak Grove. So Colton Nestler will come on here and run at first base for the Grovers. After recording 8 consecutive outs here for Swenson, now he'll go the second time through for Kindred-Richland, going up against Trey Hatfield. Hatfield 1 of 2 today with a single and a run scored back in the first inning, as Nestler takes his lead. First pitch swinging. This one to be grounded up the third baseline, foul at 0-1. Winner of this contest will play Saturday morning in the semifinals at 11 a.m. The loser of this contest will play at 3 o'clock in a elimination game on Saturday afternoon. This will be out of the zone for a ball now at 1-1. Still to come after the conclusion of this game, it's the Enderlin Eagles and the Central Cass Squirrels. The winner then to play Northern Cass here later tonight. Our next game looking closer to maybe a 5 o'clock or 4:45, around that area type of a start, depending on how these last couple of innings go here in Enderlin for this contest. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the way here to Hatfield. Swenson the pitch, and this one spun Hatfield all the way around, and you hope that Hatfield's all right as he went a complete 180 and able to come off and look to be all right. So 2 balls, 2 strikes is the count, with a runner at first base again in Nestler. Takes his lead, being held there by Opgran. The 2-2 swung on, and this will be a strikeout. Now they'll try to throw it quickly back, and diving in safely here is going to be Nestler. But it is a strikeout for Swenson regardless, his 6th and out number 2. So Jonathan Ashe will come on here as the Grovers looking to add on to their 2-run lead after scoring 3 in the first and 1 in the second. Well, for the Vikings right now, Swenson very much been in rhythm since he's came on in relief for Kindred-Richland. Here's the pitch. Foul back now, 0-1. Ashe 0 for 2 today with a pair of strikeouts. Kylan Swenson in left field, Omaris in center, and Hoyme in right. Trom at second base with Wold at short. Spellhaug at third base, Doctor behind the plate. Off-speed pitch. It'll be now 1-1. Upgrand at first again here for Fargo for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Fargo Oak Grove right now with a 1 ball, 1 strike count with Ashe at the plate. Foul back now, and they'll make it 1-2. Ashe, our Enbridge Energy player of the game against the Oaks Tornadoes, delivered all 3 runs driven in with 2 hits in their 3-2 win over Oaks earlier today here from Enderlin. Here's the 1-2 offering. Good job by Ashe, seeing the breaking ball come out and able to foul this one back to the highway here, and we'll keep it at 1-2. The runner, Nestler, takes his lead off of first. And the 1-2 offering. Runner's going to go. There's the throw, and no one was really ready for that one at second. A delayed steal here for Nestler as he's into scoring position now, and it'll be a 2 ball, 2 strike count. So all of a sudden, a base knock here by Ashe could deliver the 5th run of the game for Fargo Oak Grove. So here's the 2-2 pitch and a foul back by Ashe. So John's doing a good job here, hanging around in this particular at-bat. Strikeout looking in the first, strikeout swinging in the third. Swenson right now with 6 strikeouts in the game on in relief for the Vikings. This will miss out of the zone now at 3-2. After Ashe, it goes to Ring. So Jake Ring due up next here for Fargo Oak Grove. If Ashe can get to first and get on base at least. Here's the 3-2 offering. Swung on and miss, and Swenson gets his 7th strikeout of the afternoon. As we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base on our Bank North scoreboard. Grovers coming out to the infield as the Vikings coming to the plate next on your live event.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
Bottom of the 5th inning we go here on our Bank North scoreboard. It's the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers 4 and the Kindred-Richland Vikings 2. Still to come, we'll get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game and our RDK Enterprises Feature Precision Play of the Contest as well. That's all coming up on our post-game show, and we'll hear from a winning member of the victorious team. Dr. Upgrand and Jorgen Swenson here going up against Liebel. Here's the pitch. This one is going to be popped up, but out of play here as it goes up the third base line, and won't be able to have Hatfield or Dietz collect it quick enough. Now 0-2. Liebel 2 1/3 innings of work so far in relief after Hatfield went 1 2/3. Liebel has given up a couple of hits, 2 strikeouts, and a walk. Doctor today 1 of 2 from the plate with a single. This one is going to be hit on the ground, but right to the second baseman. Ring is there, goes to Winter. That'll be 4-3 on the putout, and 1 down now here to start things off in the bottom of the 5th inning. Max Upgrand 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a pop-out. His last time up to Hatfield at third base. Right now just trying to time up that off-speed breaking ball here with Liebel. And as this will miss for a ball at 1-0. Just trying to find the speed a little bit here against Liebel. And the pitch swung on and missed. Now it's going to be 1-1. And the longer this game goes and Fargo Oak Grove has the lead, all of a sudden you start putting a little bit more pressure on the number 1 overall seed here in this Region 1 baseball tournament. Here's the 1-1. This is going to be hit in the air, but right to the left fielder in Dietz, and that'll be an out. So a line drive out to Dietz, and Kindred-Richland has put a couple of hits like that today where they've hit it hard, but just right at a particular player here for Fargo Oak Grove, and now Swenson steps up to the plate. 6 straight have been retired, make that 5 straight have been retired here for Liebel. First pitch swinging, this one is going to be popped up, and Liebel calling everybody off, and that'll retire the side here quickly for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Just 6 pitches thrown in that particular inning here for Liebel as we go to the top of the 6th inning. 3 up, 3 down here for Kindred-Richland. The Grovers coming to the plate up by 2.
The Kindred Vikings Booster Club is an organization of parents and community members that supports and encourages the advancement to Kindred athletic programs, focusing on wholesome school spirit, promoting good sportsmanship, and developing high ideals of character. For more information, or if you'd like to be part of the Kindred Vikings Booster Club, send an email to kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. That's kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Vikings!
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
From Hendrickson Field in Enderlin, North Dakota, this is the 2023 Region 1 Baseball Tournament. Let's recap what happened at this point. If you're just joining us, the first two innings, a lot of hits and a lot of base runners. Since then, not so much for either team. Hatfield with an RBI single in the first. Ring followed that up with an RBI single, and then Winter had an RBI single, but being caught at home on the relay throw was Ring out at home, which could have made it maybe possibly a 5-2 in that particular inning at that time. A 4-run inning potentially in the first. But regardless, 3 runs on 5 hits in the first here as Ring, Winter, and Dietz come up against Swenson. Breaking ball in there for a strike at 0-1. Wold will have an RBI single in the bottom of the first for Kindred-Richland. Hermstead with an RBI double in the top of the second. This one will be swung on and missed at 0-2. And then Mason Almaris with a sacrifice fly that made it 4-2 in the bottom of the fourth. So that's an in-game update for you here on YourLiveEvent.com, as this is foul back, and we'll keep it at 0-2. But since then, both for Swenson and for Liebel, they've done awfully well in relief for both of their teams. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This one's going to be hit up the third base line, but foul, and we'll keep it now at 0-2. So 6, 7, and 8 batters here for Fargo Oak Grove going up against Swenson. 3 1/3 innings of work with 7 strikeouts in relief. 1 hit against. This one's going to be hit up the third base line again, but foul. After the conclusion of this game, give it about a half hour or so for both the Enderlin Eagles and the Central Cass Squirrels to warm up and take the field. Here's the pitch. This is going to be hit in the air. That's to center field, Almaris, and he'll see this one hop the wall. Rounding first, on his way to second is Ring, and it's a leadoff double here for Jake Ring and the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers. That one carried a little bit more than maybe what Almaris thought. He took a couple of steps in at center field and all of a sudden kept jetting into center and towards the wall. It's a leadoff double here for Ring, his second base hit of the contest. And now the Grovers looking to add some insurance here in the top of the 6th inning. Winter and then Dietz. Zach today, a single with a run driven in, 1 of 2. As right now Upgrand at first plays in on the grass trying to take away a bunt if it comes. Swenson will throw a heater that'll miss down low for a ball, now 1-0. Swenson 2 hits against him. And here's the 1-0 offering. Swung on and missed by Winter, now 1-1. So Swenson able to finish off Hatfield in the second, 3 up, 3 down in the third and the fourth. A single one out with Hermstead, and now a leadoff double here by Ring for the Grovers. Able to pull the string there. Now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on the way to Winter. Nice located pitch, by the way, for Jorgen Swenson, as the wind is starting to pick up a little bit more here in Enderlin with some more gusts. The 1-2 pitch as Winter fouls this one back, and we'll keep it at 1-2. Number 1 seed going up against the number 5 seed. It's the 5 seed Grovers right now in control after a 3-2 win over 4-seeded Oaks, looking to do the same here against the Vikings. As this will miss for a ball, now 2-2. Well, for Kindred-Richland, looking to minimize anything here with a 2-out leadoff double by Ring and try to keep the game at 2 before they come to the plate in the bottom of the sixth, as this will miss for a ball now at 3-2. So good job here by the freshman first baseman in Winter to work the count here against Swenson. As you have Ring takes his lead at second. Swenson looks in the 3-2, and that'll be strike three looking, and Swenson has his 8th strikeout of the afternoon. So one down now in the top of the sixth as Jack Dietz 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. And then it goes to Noah Meininger after that as Upgrand again will play on the grass at first. Breaking ball will miss. That'll be for a ball. Playing even with the bag at third is Spellhaug, and then either Swentz or either Wold or Traum looking to keep the runner close at second. Breaking ball in the dirt, chasing was Dietz. Now it's 1-1. The Kindred-Richland Vikings and Fargo Oak Grove, you win this game, you set yourself up nice for the rest of the weekend here for the Region 1 tournament. The 1-1 is going to be grounded past Justin Petrick in the third base coach's box. And that'll be 1-2. As if you win this contest and if you win on Saturday, then all you need to do is win one game between Monday and Tuesday and head to Minot. Here's the 1-2 offering, and that's going to be another strike three looking back-to-back strikeouts here for Swenson, his 9th of the contest. And now all of a sudden Jorgen, one good pitch or one out away from leaving the runner at second base here in Ring. Meininger 0 for 2 today with a strikeout his last time up. This one will be in the dirt now, 1-0. First time through the lineup, we saw Swenson really, that first pitch, bring the fastball. Now all of a sudden going more to the off-speed or breaking ball here the second time through against Fargo Oak Grove. The 1-0 offering will miss up high at 2-0. If Meininger is able to reach base, we flip the lineup over to Cameron Liebel here for the Grovers. Runner takes his lead there at second in Ring, and the 2-0 pitch swung on and missed. Now it's going to be 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike on the way here. As Fargo Oak Grove again takes their lead in Ring. Swenson looks back the runner. The 2-1 and off speed, able to buckle a little bit of Meininger there, who was looking fastball. Now it's going to be 2-2. The Kindred-Richland Vikings will be sending 6, 7, and 8 to the plate in the 6th. This one going to be in the dirt. Taking a big lead off the way. There's the throw down to second. As it's going to be 3-2. Good job by Doctor behind the plate, keeping that play in front of him and then just throwing it back down to see if maybe Ring was be caught napping as he was about halfway between second and third. Here's the 3-2 offering, and that'll be strike 3 looking to retire the side. All strikeouts looking here, and Swenson has his 10th strikeout in relief in 4 1/3 innings worked. No runs, there was a hit. No errors, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Vikings down by 2 coming to the plate.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they are down to their final 6 outs unless they score 2 runs or maybe can even take the lead here in the bottom of the 6th and then put the pressure on the Grovers in the 7th as you have Spellhaug, Whipple, and Swenson due up. First pitch swinging here, and that's going to be a leadoff single as Dietz lost his footing and able to barehand it without having it get by him. But it'll be a leadoff single here for Grant, and he will be a courtesy run for here as we come on third hit against Liebel, as we'll have the courtesy runner now for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. As coming on will be McDonald to play at first for the runner. As Bryce Whipple will step up today, 1 of 2 from the plate with a single, and the game-tying run steps up here against Liebel. 37 pitches in relief, and there's the quick whip throw, and that won't be in time. As now Bryce will step back in for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So again, runner at first here for the Vikings, and the pitch. That one's going to be in there for a strike at 0-1. For Kindred-Richland, a run in the first, a run in the fourth. Oak Grove with 3 in the first and 1 in the second. We'll get to the current box score where we're at right now in a moment. Here's the quick throw, and Liebel with Winter holding him on. For Fargo Oak Grove, 4 runs across on 10 hits. They have left 5 runners on, and they've committed 1 error. Here's the pitch. This is going to be hit up the third base line, but foul. So now all of a sudden 0-2 upcoming here. Well, for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, 2 runs. They currently have 7 hits. They've left 6 runners on base and committed no errors here for the Vikings. So McDonald takes his lead off of first for Kindred-Richland. Here's the 0-2. This one's going to be hit on the ground. A chance for 2 for the Grovers. They get the lead runner. Here's the relay. That's going to be in time. 6-4-3 on the double play. Dr. Ring to Winter, and 2 down here for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers in the bottom of the 6th. That could very well be your RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the game, the double play variety. The first turn today by the defense here in the top of the 6th inning. Now the Vikings with 2 outs, and Kylan Swenson here who takes a ball. Kylan today 1 for 1 from the plate with a double and a run scored with a sacrifice bunt as well. Now 2-0. So for Kindred-Richland, get your leadoff single on. McDonald retired at second. Good job by Doctor not rushing that one at short. This one's going to be hit high in the air to center. Ashe, though, camps underneath it to retire the side. 3 up and 3 down again here as Liebel has gone 4 in a third innings, 3 hits against, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. And he's given up an 1 run as well. But the Vikings are done here in the bottom of the 6th. We go to the 7th, 4-2 Grovers coming to the plate.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community, and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow in the new space and move forward with excellence.
Stay tuned to our post-game show where we'll get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the contest, and more. That's all coming up on our post-game show, and we'll hear from a victorious player as well. Stay tuned for that here in Enderlin. Chase Miller, Reggie Funk with you, as it's definitely gotten cooler throughout the afternoon. It hasn't been any warmer, and partially because of the wind gust that it's kind of made its through here in Enderlin. When the Grovers play the Oaks Tornadoes, about 60, 61 degrees right now, about 57 with some gusty conditions. This is going to be first pitch right up the middle, swinging on the way here for Cameron Liebel. He gets a leadoff single here for Fargo Oak Grove, his second base knock of the game, and the Grovers now looking for some insurance here in the top of the 7th inning. Swenson has given up now 3 hits here for Jorgen in relief. But he's gone 4 1/3 innings of work here for the Vikings. First pitch swinging again. This is a chance for 2. This goes Wold to Trom, but Trom bobbles it, and he can't get the lead runner, and a chance for 2. Instead, it's going to be an error, and the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers have runners at first and second. So Trom was trying to have an opportunity to turn two, as that was a tailor-made opportunity in the first error of the game here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Now can Fargo Oak Grove capitalize with their first two runners on here, as this is going to be a line drive shot past the shortstop in Wold, rounding third on his way in. Here's the throw from Swenson, and they're going to gut him out at the plate. Oh, what a play by the left fielder, Kylan Swenson, threw a rope to Doctor, who applied the tag, and Liebel is tagged out at home plate. So it's a single for Mason Hermstead. Doctor able to go to second. Will have a courtesy runner coming on again in Nistler. But that is one heck of a play to Kylan Swenson to Doctor, as he threw it perfectly to apply the tag with Liebel. And now it's a strike on the way to Trey Hatfield. So that's 2 times today that the Grovers have had a runner thrown out at home in this contest with Kindred-Richland, as this is backhanded in the dirt, now 1-1. How large is that looming right now in a 4-2 contest? Great defensive work here after the error and picking up your teammates. That's exactly what Colin Swenson did and left, as this is going to be hit up the first base line. Foul, and falling down to the ground there was Upgrand, and the ball will land, and this will be a strike. But Fargo Oak Grove will rather take the strike than what it would have been the second out of the 7th inning. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on the way to Hatfield, who's 1 of 3 today with a single and a run scored. Swenson, that's Jorgen, looking for his 10th strikeout. His younger brother picked him up in left field earlier in the inning. This is foul back, and we'll continue to handle it at 1-2 again. We've seen some good plays here today. We saw a great play from the Oaks Tornadoes' point of view with Trainer at second, taking a base knock away from Hermstead last inning, our last game, and now we see that one there and left by Kylan Swenson. The pitch. This one is going to be hit in the air, and this is a one-hop and go right over the glove of Wold, and this will be a single. And coming in with the throw is Olmaris, cut off by Upgrand, and that time Justin Petrick tells the lead runner and Doctor, let's slow this puppy down. So Doctor at third, Nistler at second, Hatfield at first base, and as we mentioned, the first time through the lineup, you might see someone, but now the second time through the lineup, they're starting to see the ball a lot better against Jorgen Swenson. So bases are loaded, nowhere to put a Grover. Doctor at third, Nistler at second, Hatfield at first, and Jonathan Ashe comes up to the plate. Ashe 0 for 3 today in this game against Kindred-Richland with 3 strikeouts, takes a walk. So 1 ball, no strikes here. Batter number 5 of the inning, Swenson with a 1-0. Check swing, did not go through the zone. They'll appeal, and it'll be 2 balls and no strikes. The Grovers looking to break the game open or at least add a run, if not 2 here in the top of the 7th inning, the final inning of regulation baseball here in high school. The 2-0 offering, hit in the air. That's going to go to deep right center field. The right fielder comes across there, and Hoyme, here comes the throw. They have a chance to get the relay, and that's not going to be in time. So a sacrifice fly, a productive out here for Ashe to make it now 5-2 in favor of Fargo Oak Grove. So sacrifice fly, run scored here coming in is going to be Doctor. Run driven in, that's the run against here, Jorgen Swenson. An unearned run, but makes it now 5-2. And the sacrifice fly here for Fargo Oak Grove again on the way with Ashe. 2 down now, so the Grovers get the insurance run. Can they add to it? So Ring right now today, 2 of 3 with a double his last time up. Runner at second base is Nestler. At first base again is Hatfield. This one is fouled. Now it'll be 0-2 for the Vikings in the bottom of the 7th inning. 9-1-2 batters. Hoyme, Olmaris, and Wold are due up for Coach Milbrandt and the Vikings. Swenson looks back, the runner at second. The 0-2, this one is going to be popped up. The shortstop comes across. Wold loses his hat, makes the play, but the damage is done as the Grovers score 1 run off of 3 hits. There was an error and 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Kindred-Richland down by 3 with their final 3 outs coming to the plate on your live event.
Do you want that new boat? Are you building onto your home? Maybe you want the new camper or ATV. Dakota Heritage Bank can help you. This is Dustin Nagel, president at Dakota Heritage Bank Hillsborough location. You can visit with me or our other loan officers to help with loans and lines of credit from Dakota Heritage Bank. We are serving you with locations in North Dakota and Northwest Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank offers financial services you expect with a local perspective. dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Bottom of the 7th inning here on yourliveevent.com. Fargo Oak Grove scores their first run since the 2nd inning in the top of the 7th here. So the Grovers add on to their lead. Their largest lead of the game is 3. They led 3-0 after the half inning in the first and led 4-1 after the top half of the second. It was 4-1 till the bottom of the 4th, where the Vikings made it 4-2 with an Almaris sacrifice fly, and then the first run since then here with Fargo Oak Grove in the top of the 7th with a sacrifice fly there with Ashe. So bottom of the 7th inning as Liebel back on for his another inning of work. He's gone 4 1/3. Hoyme takes a strike at 0-1, 1 of 2 today with a single. This one will miss out of the zone at 1 ball and 1 strike. You win this game, you go to the semifinals on Saturday. You lose this game, you're into an elimination game instead on Saturday. Here's the 1-1. This is going to be hit on the ground. Going to be a play here for Ring at second. Quickly gets it across in time for the out. A bang play. Ring to Winter. Hoyme was hustling up the first base line there. Just unable to beat the throw by the second baseman Ring. But his heel in the dirt made a nice throw, 4-3 on the putout, and 1 down now in the bottom of the 7th inning. Mason Almaris with a single, a walk, and a sacrifice fly. He has been productive today here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, and he'll take a strike. But how about the job by both relievers, but particularly Liebel right now here for the Grovers, trying to finish it off in the 7th. That will come out of his hand, now 1-1. 4 2/3 innings here for Liebel. He's given up 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. The pitch, that'll be in the dirt now at 2-1. So a chance here for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers to try to steal a game here. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes in this Region 1 baseball tournament. Here's the 2-2 offering on the way to Almaris. Out of the zone. Good job by Mason holding back on that one to make the count full. Here's the pitch. That'll be in the dirt, and Mason lays off that one. His second walk of the game. That's the second walk with Liebel right now, as well as we have a runner at first base. As you'll have Wold stepping up to the plate. Wold with a single in the first, walked in the second, then grounded out to the third baseman Hatfield in the 4th. Taking his lead is Almaris. He's going to go. Here's the throwdown coming across. Not going to be in time, and doing a good job with the stolen base there is Mason Almaris. Wold will work ahead in the count now at 1-0. As you'll have Almaris again stealing second base. As Wold ahead in the count at 1-0 right now. The Vikings will swung on and miss here for Wold at 1-1. For Kindred-Richland, it's about finding a way to get the on-deck batter to the plate with a chance to tie. That's the goal right now here for Kindred-Richland, bare minimum. Here's the 1-1 offering from Liebel. That'll miss out of the zone now at 2-1. So a walk by Almaris. You've seen Liebel be a little more erratic here in the 7th inning. As Almaris takes his lead from second to 2-1. That'll be in there for a strike as 2-2 as the Central Cass Squirrels and the Enderlin Eagles await to see when this game finishes up. Give it about a half hour for the first pitch. The Northern Cass will play the winner of that game later. Almaris going from third base. It's a hit-and-run opportunity going deep in the hole at short. Here's Doctor's throw. That's not going to be in time, but we had a time call. And we're going to have a balk. So instead it will be a balk. So the runner will take third. They'll say that Liebel came off a little bit with the balk, with the runner going there with Almaris. It works if you're Kindred-Richland, but it would have been better because it would have been an infield single here to Jack Wold. Instead, it's still one out with a runner at third. And we're going to see what we have here. So it's dead in high school in a balk again with Ingo Brentson coming on, just talking about it over. There is a slight rule change from Legion to baseball between variations of rules, what you can and can't do. But it's 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out with a runner at third base now. And here's the pitch to Wold. This is going to be a grounder. Going to be a tough play here. The pitcher, Liebel, comes across. Did he? No, he did not. He did not hold his foot on the bag. And it's going to be an infield hit here for Wold. Almaris comes to score. It's now in favor of 5-3 with 1 out here. So coming on here will be Justin Petrick as Liebel will come on, and Petrick's going to talk it over with his team. So Almaris comes in to score at now 5-3, and we'll see what Coach Petrick's going to talk it over here. Just give him a little bit of an opportunity just to take a breath. The tying run does come up to the plate, though, for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So on your baseball bingo card today here in Enderlin, put the balk down, as we've seen that for the first time. Sacrifice fly, seen the sacrifice punt. Have yet to see the suicide squeeze, but 5-3 there. The throw by Liebel had Winter just come off the bag, but hustling down was Jack Wold immediately to get that base knock in. So now the tying run comes up to the plate here in Jeremiah Doctor, and he's going to hit one, and that is going to be a base knock. Stopping at second base is going to be Wold, and first pitch swinging is Doctor as he hits a frozen rope to right. Back-to-back hits here now for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, as that's going to be their 5th hit against Liebel. And you have Max Upgren, 0 for 3 today, but he had a line drive missile to Dietz his last time up. Tying run at first base here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings and Doctor. This will be out of the zone, now 1-0. So our first game came down right to the bottom of the 7th inning. 3-run lead for the Grovers. They held on with a 3-2 win over the Tornadoes, trying to do the same now with Kindred-Richland. Here's a ground ball. That's going to one-hop the third baseman, and really good job by Hatfield to have that baseball stay in front of him, and number 2, able to collect the ball and then find the bag. So reaching on a fielder's choice will be Upgren. Recording the out at third will be Wold, and now Doctor will be at second base. And now it's to Jorgen Swenson. But again, really nice play by Hatfield, as that looked like it hit just a little bit side of the third base bag from our vantage point, and Hatfield kept it in front of him. The pitch to Swenson will be out of the zone for a ball at 1-0. So Hatfield bobbled it, but able to bring it up and then just get to third base and get the fielder's choice and get the out. But we're in the same situation now with just 2 outs here in the 7th, as this will miss to Swenson. 2 balls and no strikes with Grant Spellhaug due up next. Swenson 0 for 3 today, reached base on an error back in the first. The 2-0 pitch. That'll be in there for a strike now at 2-1. So after a 1-out walk with Almaris to come in and score, make it 5-3. After a single with Wold and now a single with Doctor, what are they going to have here on the fielder's choice with Upgren, and Swenson swung on and missed to make it now 2-2. Vikings down to their final strike here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Kindred-Richland looking to bring the runner from second and first in somehow in the bottom of the seventh. The 2-2 out of the zone at 3-2 as Liebel came back to throw a fastball. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners will leave early here in a game that's getting an hour and 50 minutes old. And the pitch. This is hit, and it's going to be a line drive right back to the pitcher. And that goes to Liebel to retire the side, and the Vikings here in the Region 1 baseball tournament. A line drive right to Liebel here to finish it off. L1 in the scoring column, and that'll retire the Vikings here with 1 run in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1 run, there was a couple of hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Liebel goes 4, make that 5 1/3 innings here for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers on in relief, as Oak Grove will go to 7-8 on the season. Kindred-Richland drops to 13-2 in a contest that takes 1 hour and 52 minutes here today from Enderlin. So the Kindred-Richland Vikings, with this loss, they will play in an elimination game. That'll be at 3 o'clock on Saturday. We'll have it for you here on your live event. Well, for the Grovers, able to hang on in the 7th, back-to-back times against Oaks and now Kindred-Richland, and the 5-seed Fargo Oak Grove makes their way to the semifinals on Saturday at 11 o'clock in the morning. Still to come, Central Cass Enderlin and the winner to play Northern Cass, but the top half of the bracket season upset. The Grovers snatch a win 5-3 here in this one against the Kindred-Richland Vikings as they pick up the win. 3 hits by Mason Herbstead, Cameron Liebel with a couple hits, a run scored, but more importantly, he goes 5 1/3 innings in relief and able to stymie the bats here enough of the Kindred-Richland Vikings. The season is not done for the Vikings, but for Fargo Oak Grove, they put themselves in prime opportunity coming up on Saturday. We'll take a quick break. We'll get to our post-game show coming up next and hear from Cameron Liebel from the Grovers.
Tomorrow is happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. They're open Saturdays 10 to 5. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Joining us here for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers is our Enbridge Energy player of the game, Cameron Liebel. Cameron, what a day for you guys. Your 3-2 win over the Oaks Tornadoes, then a 5-3 win over the Kindred-Richland Vikings, and you had to hang on in the 7th inning as well 2 times. Let's just take us through that line drive shot that finished it off. There was right up the middle there by Jorgen Swenson. When it came off your bat, what were you thinking? Was it just instant reflex or just a reaction to a line drive right back up to the pitcher?
It was mainly reaction. To be honest, I'm not a pitcher at all. I just am in there to fill games, and that's the one thing that I pride myself in on the mound is I know how to field my position, but I don't got the stuff to be doing anything.
Able to come in though. Trey Hatfield goes an inning and 2/3. You finish it off with 5 1/3 innings. Able to give up just 5 hits during that time, a couple of walks, a couple of strikeouts with 2 runs across. What was working for you just to find the zone enough and force them to utilize their defense a little bit behind you?
Just chemistry. Me and the third baseman, Hatfield, have been playing since 2nd grade. I trust that kid with my life. He's been carrying me through sports all my life, whether it's basketball, baseball. He's always going to step up, and I throw it right in there, slow. It's going to be a pulled ball. You got to trust him.
And then all of a sudden for you, 3 runs, 5 hits in the first inning. What did you see against Jack Wold where you guys were really aggressive coming after that win against Oaks? What was working for you in the first against Wold on the mound for Kindred-Richland?
The main thing is going up there and keeping it simple. A bunch of our younger guys, they like to go up there and stress a lot because you don't want to let the team down, but you just got to know it's baseball. It's a fun thing to do. And all you're in there to do is hit the little round ball. You don't got to stress out and try to hit it out of the park. As we saw with that one that hit the fence, I didn't even throw it hard enough for him to hit it out. You're better off just poking it.
Last thing for you, Cameron, before we let you go, able to get to the semifinals. You're 1 game away from playing in a Region 1 championship. What does it mean for this program here this season as a 5 seed in Region 1? And everybody's has to deal with the winter, had to deal with the spring, unable to play a lot in April, but you're 1 win away from playing in the championship. How does it feel for you here, Cameron?
It means a lot considering our program through our school has always been kind of the joke of the school because, you know, you come to Oak Grove, everybody plays like baseball. It's just like fun. Like half our bench, like our pinch runner Colton, first year back in like 3 years. But it's big because it's nice to know that our program can do things like this, and all it takes is we just gotta focus and take 1 game at a time. Because regular season was try to just get used to things. Now it's our time to shine.
Hey, Cameron, thanks so much for your time. Congratulations on the win, and we'll see you Saturday morning for a little breakfast and baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Cameron Liebel here, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. We're back after this on our post-game show.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
Fargo Oak Grove wins it 5-3 over the Kindred-Richland Vikings as the number 5 seed advances to the semifinals coming up on Saturday at 11 a.m. for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. They will play an elimination game at 3 o'clock against the loser of our next contest between Central Cass and the Enderlin Eagles. Again, that'll be on Saturday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Final Oak Grove, 5 runs, 13 hits, 1 error, and 7 runners left. For the Vikings, 3 runs on 9 hits, 1 error, and 8 runners left on base. The Vikings now 13-2 on the season, while the Grovers improve to 7-8. Let's get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. This one, go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. That's Enbridge Energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. We heard from him just moments ago. Cameron Liebel comes on with a single and a run scored in the second, adds a single as well in the seventh, goes 2 for 4 from the plate, and then able to go 5 1/3 innings of work. 5 hits against him, a couple runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts, but Liebel did enough on the mound and in the batter's box today for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers in this contest. Cameron Liebel is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Our RJ Enterprises feature precision play of the contest. There's 2 of them one for both teams. The double play turned by Fargo Oak Grove in the top of the 6th. After Grant Spellhaug had a single, McDonald came on to courtesy run for him. Then Bryce Whipple hit a 6-4-3 Dr. Ring to Winter double play. That was a large 2 outs there in the 6th inning. And then the really nice throw by Kylan Swenson to Doctor in left field right on a rope to Doctor behind the plate to allow the runner to be out at home. And that again was later on here for Kylan Swenson to kind of pick him up a little bit on that one for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Those 2 plays are RDK Enterprises feature precision plays of the contest. RDK Enterprises with locations in Hillsborough and Drayton for precision planting updates, information, and questions. RDK Enterprises is here to help you have a safe spring in the fields and on the roadways. For more information, go to planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com. The winning pitcher is Liebel. The losing pitcher is Wold in a game that took 1 hour and 52 minutes to play. Liebel goes 2 for 4 from the plate with a run scored. Grayson Doctor today goes 2 of 4 from the plate with 2 runs scored and a hit. Mason Hermstead with 3 hits today and make that 4 hits. He had 3 singles and a double with a run scored on a courtesy runner with Nestler, and then a run driven in made it 4-1 in favor of Fargo Oak Grove. That was in the top of the 2nd with that RBI double. Hatfield goes 1, make it 2 of 4 from the plate with a run scored. Ashe goes 0 for 3 with a sacrifice fly. Ring today goes 2 of 4 with a single and a double. Winter 1 of 3 with a single. Dietz 0 for 3, and then Meidinger goes 0 for 3 today as well for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers here, as the Grovers again improve to the semifinals coming up on Saturday. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, Mason Omaris with a single and a run scored in the 1st, walked in the 2nd, sacrifice fly in the 4th, then walked with a stolen base and a run scored in the 7th. 2 stolen bases for Omaris, 2 runs as he goes 1 of 1 from the plate today. Jack Wold able to have 2 singles with a couple of runs driven in and a walk, 2 RBIs. Jeremiah Doctor goes 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Max Upgran today was able to reach base once on a fielder's choice, goes 0 for 4. Jorgen Swenson 0 for 3 and a line drive out to finish the game out right to the pitcher in Liebel. Grant Spellhaug able to have a single today, 1 of 3 from the plate. Bryce Whipple was 1 of 3 from the plate with a single as well. Kylan Swenson with a sac bunt, a double with a run scored in the 4th. He goes 1 of 2, and then Owen Hoyme goes 1 of 3 from the plate today for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So the Vikings drop it 5-3. They again will play on Saturday in a loser-out game against the winner of our next contest between Central Cass and Enderlin. Oak Grove awaits to find out who they're going to play a little bit later on with the final 2 games today here from Hendrickson Field. For more Region 1 baseball, make sure you go to our website of yourliveevent.com for 2 more games, Central Cass and Enderlin, coming up probably around 4:50 to 4:55-ish or so for a rough first pitch upcoming. That's all coming up around the corner. Make sure you go to yourliveevent.com for more information. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Thursday afternoon.